Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be breaking down my trades from 28th of June 2021. That was a Monday, start of a new week. If you haven't seen my recap from Friday last week, I was watching the same stocks on Monday as well. I post my daily game plan on my Discord group. So if you want to be part of my group, the link will be in the description box below. Stocks I was looking at are Tesla, Baba, Wish and Netflix for the day. I will explain the reasoning why I was watching these stocks. Let's first take a look at the market internal. SPY made a new all-time high. It was selling off in the morning for a bit, but QQQ since the morning, QQQ was really strong. That is the tech sector. It made a new all-time high, a good bullish green candle with high volume. So it will be interesting to see what the tech sector does next. Coming to my watch list, the first stock I was looking at is Tesla. I watch this stock every single day. For Tesla, my levels was to trade it for calls, for the upside, for the break of 695, for a potential break of 700, or towards the downside for a break under 667. Because if you look at the one-day chart, we have a gap to fill from 667 to 657. The next stock I was looking at is Baba. Baba broke this higher time frame trend line last Friday. I was looking for a continuation move towards the upside if it breaks 230 or 231 level, because it's been acting as a good support and resistance on the one-day chart, and it's a good psychological level as well. That's why I wanted to scalp it towards the upside if it breaks 231 level. The next stock I was looking at is Netflix. If we take a look at Netflix, the levels I was watching was a break above yesterday high towards 538 or 540 level, or a break towards the downside of yesterday low for a potential move towards 520. These were my two levels that I was watching on Netflix. The last stock I was watching for the day is Wish. The one-day chart on Wish, it's looking really nice for the break of $15 level towards the upside, and being a recent IPO, this stock can even move 15-20% in a day because it has previously done that. If you take a look here, it made about 100% move or 70% move in one day. That's what you can expect from these kind of stocks, but it's not like it's gonna do it every single day. My play was that if it breaks $15 level towards the upside, we could see potentially $20 level break, but obviously that did not happen. My first trade for the day was NVDA, and if you take a look at my fills, I forgot to turn on my recording before market open, but thankfully I did after the first 5-6 minutes of market open. I entered this trade within the first 30 seconds of market open, and the reason for that, if you haven't seen my previous recap, that was very strong just before the market open. The pre-market high just before the open was 775, and the all-time high was just above 775, that is 776.8. I just had an intuition with NVDA that if it breaks 775, which is the pre-market high cleanly, we could see a move towards the upside, like a big move. That's what I was expecting from NVDA, and I wanted to be a part of that move. That's why I got filled 5 contracts on this pullback itself. I got filled around 774 when I saw that 773 is the low of the day and buyers are stepping up. I entered just before the break of 775. I traded 5 contracts, 780 calls, same week expiry. I got filled at 10.50. After my initial entry, the premium spiked around 30% within the first 1 minute of market open, and that's what I wanted to catch, because if 775 breaks, that's a critical level. Then on top of 775, there's 776.8. So if a stock like NVIDIA gets the momentum, I wanted to be a part of it, and I wanted to enter before the break of those levels. After my initial entry, I took 2 contracts out at 931 because I already got like $5-7 move of NVIDIA. My entry was at 773. My first profit target was 780, and I took 2 contracts out at 780. My next exit was at 932 itself. That is on the next minute. I took 1 more contract out at a premium price of 14.05. After this huge move up, that is $7-8, I was expecting some kind of consolidation around 780 and a pullback to the 9 EMA. That's why I held 2 of my contracts for a pullback to the 9 EMA. On the next push up, I got out of my remaining 1 contract at a premium price of 15.89 at this candle. For my last contract, I got out at the break of 787 because I kind of knew, I had an intuition that if 787 breaks, 790 is a huge level on top of us, and I was expecting a bit of a consolidation on NVIDIA before the next move up. So I covered completely my position, and my last contract fill price was at 17.06. My first entry was at 10.50 and my last contract fill was at 17.06. That means I made 70% of the move in like 7 minutes, which is pretty awesome on NVIDIA and to start the day with. I just did a quick fast forward on this recording so that we can take a look what happened after my exit. My exit was right here around 787, 788, and as I predicted before the break of 790, it made us a nice flag on the 5-minute chart and made a quick triangle on the 1-minute chart before the break of 790. That's what I was expecting Nvidia to do. I made a total of $2090 by only investing $5,250. My second trade of the day was on Wish. On Wish, I got filled 2,000 shares for the potential break of $15 level. You can see here that my fill is 2,000 shares. My average cost is $15 level. I'm risking up until 14.8 on Wish for a potential move towards the upside and the break of 15.4, which is the next level on the 1-day chart. That means with 2,000 shares, I'm risking $400 in order to make $800, which sounds like a good risk to reward in my opinion. After taking my entry on this trade, what I don't like about this trade is that we already know 15 is a huge psychological level and technical level on the 1-day chart. Even after a lot of orders are going through at $15 level on the time and sales, the ask is not lifting. For me, if I'm in a trade, I want that ask to lift and I want the bids to step up above $15 level. This means that there's a big seller at $15 level and the seller is not giving up. I don't want to be part of that move. We never know that this might pull back to 14.6 as well. That's why I covered all of my shares, 2,000 shares at 14.9. In total, I lost $200 on this trade, and this is how I use level 2 to my advantage. Instead of giving it room to 14.8, I covered my position at 14.9. And if you take a look at the Wish chart, what happened with Wish later in the day, it had a lot of difficulty breaking $15 level. It broke that level eventually, but at the end of the day, it closed under $15 level. So I don't want to be part of that move, and level 2 showed me that there's a big seller at $15 level and the ask is not lifting. My next trade of the day was on Tesla. If you take a look at Tesla, it's been respecting the 9 EMA on the 1-minute chart. It's been respecting the 9 EMA on the 5-minute chart. It's extended from the VWAP, but it's been in a healthy uptrend, making flag patterns and breaking the flag patterns. 694 is the yesterday's high level. It found some resistance at the yesterday high and it's making quick flag pattern on the 1-minute chart. At the break of the flag, at the break of 694, I got filled 10 contracts at a premium price of 15.50 because in my opinion, if Tesla breaks 695, at least that's what I was thinking, we could see a potential move towards the upside for the break of 700. As I entered this trade, I don't like this trade anymore because if you know and if you have traded Tesla, you know that when Tesla starts moving, the bids step up aggressively and I wanted to go above 694 and 695. But at this point, it's still holding the 9 EMA. I just gave it a bit more room, maybe 10-15 more seconds to see what happens at the 9 EMA. In this case, my stop loss is 692.5 breaks towards the downside because if 692.5 breaks and the 9 EMA breaks, it can even pull back to 690 level and I don't want to be part of that being a scalper. As I saw that 692.5 was breaking towards the downside, I covered all my contracts at a premium price of 14.53, making it a big loser for the day. In total, I lost $962 on this trade. If we take a look at what happened with Tesla a bit later, my exit was right here, but it pulled back to $690 level. This means that even though the setup was not A+, this was a quick flag pattern on the 1-minute chart and it's already very extended from the VWAP. The ATR, that is average true range on Tesla, at the moment is around $25 and the difference between the low of the day and high of the day is around $24 already. So even though this wasn't an A+ trade, in my opinion, I did a good job in cutting my loser because if I would have held this trade for even 2 more minutes, I would have turned negative for the day. That is why some traders feel like scalping is very easy. You just have to catch $1 or $2 move, but you also need to know when to cut your losers really quick because one trade like this, and if you hold on to your loser, you're gonna ruin your whole day and maybe your whole week. My fourth and last trade of the day was on Tesla again. Tesla made this flag pattern on the 1-minute chart and it was making this triangle on the 5-minute chart. I took it for the break of the flag. I entered 10 contracts at a premium price of 13.70. On this trade, I want 692 to break cleanly and the bids to step up above 691. But if that does not happen, I will exit my position. And if you see, this was quick in and out trade. I just exited my position a minute after when I saw that 692 wasn't holding. I exited this trade at a premium price of 13.75. I made $50 on this trade, but I would consider this as a break-even trade. If we take a look at what happened with Tesla a bit later, my exit was right here, but it pulled back to $690 level. So I'm glad that I exited my loser because this would have been a big loser like my previous trade if I would have held on to it. Eventually, after a minute or two, it broke 692 level. But again, I just realized that I'm over trading at this point. Tesla is already very extended. It has moved $24-25 for the day, which is the ATR of Tesla. And I just decided to call it off for the day. That's it, guys. These are all my trades for the day. In total, I took 4 trades, making $922 for the day. My first trade on NVDA was a $2,000 trade. But if I take a look at my journal, I should have just stopped trading after my first trade on NVDA. But eventually, my biggest days have always been when I risked my profits for the day in order to make more money. Saying that, my Tesla trade was not A+, because when I took that trade, it had already moved $24-25 for the day, which is the ATR of Tesla. Even though the setup was not A+, I'm happy and I'm glad that I did cut my losers really quick, because if I would have held on to my loser on one of those 2 trades, I would have turned negative for the day. Hope you liked this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because it helps out the channel a lot. If you have any questions for me, post a comment down below. I will get back to you as soon as I can, and I will see you in the next video.